All right, now we'll get you a mic right here.
How will having you in Sacramento help Jefferson?
It's a good question. Well, first, I believe in the cause. So that's always important, believing in something and knowing that it's right for Northern California. I believe we'll be far better off cut from the nonsense, just like what we saw today. And in my world, in the gun world, in the firearm world, we're being eaten alive. We're not going to have any firearms at this pace. So I truly believe the best scenario is to cut ourselves off from Sacramento and having a new state. And personally, I don't care what we call it. It could be State of Jefferson. It could be called peanut butter. I would vote for it. And so I believe in it because we're just simply different. And if you go down to the Bay Area and beyond, you'll see that mentality. It's a different mentality. We are different types of people, and we should have our own state to be freely allowed to govern the way we believe is best for us. And we let them be. They can govern and continue to do those things, but let us be. Now, second best to that, I believe in representation. And that's always important. But, you know, if we could go back to a system where every county had one senator, that would give rural California tremendous power. And that would help greatly, too. My first choice would be to split the state. My second would be having representation with a senator per 58 counties. And so I believe in that, and I will fight for that. Now, the question's come up before. What can one assembly person do, right? Out of 80, what can one do? Sometimes you can't do a whole lot. Sometimes you'll take a vote and the majority is going to go the other way. So you're just going to have to be as convincing and persuading as you can, and it's a tall order. Every assemblyman that we've had in the last 10 or 20 years has talked about the difficulty down there of trying to reach out to the other side. And so we all have to do that, including me. We will have to reach out and show them that we are different and that we are lacking representation, and we are owed it through the Constitution. And it isn't going to cost them a thing. You know, Sacramento says that Northern California is a drag on them, that we receive more tax money. And I'm saying, hey, cut us loose then. Save that tax money. You guys get to keep it, and we'll go on our own. They said, a small, million-person state's not going to work. It's not going to be viable. Well, that's funny. Wyoming has a population of under 400,000, and they have a median income that's greater than ours in Northern California with half the population. I guarantee you take the regulation away. Think about this. Not just take some of the regulation away, but make it the freest state in the union. The most liberties, the most just, and watch how many people want to be in Northern California and how prosperous this state would be. It would be a very prosperous state. We've got a great climate. That's why there's 40 million of us here in California already. So people want to be here, but they're leaving today because the massive regulation and the insanity of what's happening in Sacramento. And so I'll fight for those things. And will I win every battle? Absolutely not. We're going to lose a lot of battles. But to win the war, we just got to keep at it. We got to keep at it, and we got to let our position be known in District 1. And I'm good for that, and I won't waver on what our values are. You're not going to find me down there saying, you know what, State of Jefferson is not a good idea. That just ain't going to work. It is a good idea, it will work, and it'll give freedom to 1 million people that are living in tyranny, because that's what it is. Now, thank you. Every politician